Hello, fellow warriors. It's CannCoder. This is broadcast day one. Testing out the 360 live stream. I've had several attempts today to get this thing working. I'm glad it finally started to work. There we go. So it won't let me edit any of this stuff here for some reason. I'm hoping everything's going well on the stream. Try this. Day one. Product. Selection. Alright, so I need to go in there and make sure I can keep an eye on the chat. There we go. So I know the sound's coming in.
Alright, so I need to go in there and...
Alright, perfect. So since this is the only way I can check my chat right now, I'm just going to leave that on the side there. Make sure you can see it. And eventually I'm going to have everything set up. I'm going to have a chat server that I need to set up. I'm going to set up live here. But the first thing I need to do is go ahead and make a purchase of the product that I plan on selling. I've been doing a lot of research. And I stayed up till 7 o'clock yesterday morning and only slept I slept till about 10. Doing a bunch of research, just trying to figure out exactly where I want to go. Big thing is, I've seen a lot of positive feedback from friends and family on hemp oil. I think that's where I want to go. Multiple reasons for that. One of them is going to be it really helps people out. It's kind of vague. I get into more detail as the stream goes on. But basically, people that I know who have back pain, this helps a lot. And it helps them to supplement opioids that they've been taking. And, it's not addictive. You're not going to get high from it. So it allows you to function properly. You'll be fully functional while at the same time getting the medical benefits you would get from an equivalent opioid, or you can't necessarily function. I've seen people go from being like zombies on opioids, not quite human. I think you know what I mean. If you're around people like that, to coming back, So I'm pretty passionate about this. Also, I've seen people with cancer benefit from this. And I'm going to try it myself. I've never used drugs. Anybody that knows me personally, they all know that I've never even smoked pot without inhaling. I just don't do any of it. I'm not interested in it. But I do know that there are a lot of receptors in the body for cannabis. So, that's there for a reason. And I'm thinking that it would make a great supplement. And right now, I take an inventory of all the problems I have. I probably even need to take notes on this, which I will. Alright, so this is what we're going to do. I'm taking inventory of aging symptoms I might have. Lower back discomfort. It started a few years ago. I actually was hospitalized for this for about a day. Had to go through about maybe 2 weeks of rehab on this due to a workplace injury causing that same area to be affected. It's there. I can still feel it, but it's more of a discomfort than anything else, and it doesn't come in all the time. A lot of times when I'm laying on the bed, for too long, I would have to adjust. To relieve that back strain. And during the injury, I was told that these were basically a muscle group in the lower back, not necessarily like a spinal thing or anything like that. I kind of feel like there's something down there that's been torn, permanently, because it's there. It's constant. It doesn't seem to really affect anything unless I bend down for extended periods of time, which I try to refrain myself from doing. Where I work, I serve fish at my regular job. So I do have to bend down and, pick the fillets from the case. I will notice some discomfort. when I'm like scooping up a large amount of like shrimp or something like that. So I try to like speed the process. So I spend less time bent over like that. But other than that, really no other symptoms there for the lower back. I've been very fortunate lately where I am not getting the kind of illnesses the seasons bring, whether it be winter or when there's a lot of pollen in the air. I do get symptoms, they're minor. You know, sore throat, runny nose, but not really bad, like what my wife has to experience. I have been using the hydrogen peroxide cure, where you place hydrogen peroxide in each ear for 5 minutes each. And I'll do that live here Monday, hopefully. So you can see what the process is, how I do it. So, you know, 10 minutes a week, a very reasonable investment in maintaining your health in that case. Because we all know what a pain it can be to be sick and having to go to work. Or being too sick to go to work. Especially you have bills to pay. Which brings me to this channel. This channel is designed to help people make a little extra money on the side. Now, according to one of these Oprah episodes, who had a famous book author, that's one of the first things you want to do. You want to get some kind of home business on the side and use the extra money that you make to invest, in his case, real estate, which I think makes a whole lot of sense. So that's the plan. This is day one. All right, so we're going to get the business. We want it to be turnkey. We want to be able to benefit from building teams, from team building. The reason for that is so that you can generate passive income. When you're doing everything yourself, you're creating, you're basically trading time for money, which is fine. You can get a lot of money that way when you're working. You're making $10 to $20 an hour. If you're a professor, you're making, you know, $30, $40, $50, $60 an hour. But you only get paid while you work. When you stop working, you stop getting paid. You don't get any royalty checks for that. So I'm choosing a multi-level marketing system, and I'm sure anybody that knows me right now is probably rolling their eyes. Yet another multi-level marketing for CannCoder. Business, that is. I need to keep this thing up. I keep forgetting. So I can see if anybody's trying to say anything. We're going to do a cannabis MLM. You want it to be simplistic. You don't want to have to spend a lot of money into it. You don't want to have a lot of overhead for it. That's why MLMs are ideal for this. Starting with day one, we're going to have a cannabis MLM. I stayed up till about 7 in the morning last night doing all kinds of research on this. You know, once you make the decision, you do just kind of want to get started as quickly as possible. Why wait for tomorrow? What can be done today? It's been noted that if you have $100 in the bank, you're doing better than most Americans. And most MLMs, you're going to be able to get started from 50 to 150. Properly, you're going to want to be at a 150 regardless, because you need product. $50 basically just buying the keys for the business. You know, allowing you to purchase at wholesale versus retail. But without the product, you have no credibility. How are you going to describe the benefits if you've never used it? Now, this particular one that I'm looking at, they don't really have $150 packages. Their packages are closer to $200, and I'm not really prepared to spend that much money right now. But really, my point to this conversation has more to do with the fact that once you pull the trigger and pay for this business, or any business for that matter, whether you're spending $50, $150, or $1,000, . considering most people don't even have that kind of money in the bank, you should treat your business as if you have all your money invested in it, because in this case you do. And it doesn't matter if you're making $10 an hour, $30 an hour, or $60 an hour. If you're living paycheck to paycheck and you've got nothing in the bank, around $150, I mean, that's a lot of money for you. If you mortgage your home to buy a $100,000 business, a $200,000 business, a $400,000 business, are you going to work 9 to 5 on that business in order to get a return on that investment? I think not. I think that's one of the biggest obstacles for people who get into MLMs. They don't treat it like a real business because they don't see the investment as being that much money. But it is. It's just as important as somebody who mortgages their home in order to buy a bigger business. And I guarantee you, if you've got $500,000 in a business, you are not going to spend 9 to 5 making sure that business is successful. So why would you treat this business any other way? So I might be getting a lot of criticism for spending as much time as I will. I'm getting this thing going. I have 0 subscribers on this channel. I have 0 viewers. So, you know, if I'm successful here, obviously anybody can be, right? Because I'm starting at 0. And if you're watching this on a playback, don't forget to hit that like button. YouTube will allow you to record 12 hours of video before they start cutting off content. So you don't want any of your streams to run any longer than that, but you definitely, like for me in this case, my objective is to be available to anybody who's interested in getting involved live. You can ask questions, ask for help. I can give you assistance any way technology allows, which, you know, obviously technology allows for a lot. So the business we're looking at right now, is this the best? I don't know. It's one of the best that I've seen. It's called KannaWay. Once I make the purchase, I will be putting the link in the description. It's got very similar products as far as I can tell as to what people I know are using. I kind of like the variety of different hemp products. I mean, they do have wallets, so I probably need to get one of these. Hats. Covers for your head. I wonder what Revive is. I guess that Revive has to do with like, that's a lot of money for such a product. Waking you up or something. I'm guessing. I don't know. I'd have to do some further research. They have some skin products, salves, whatever this three-step kit is. I'll have to look at that. And they have party kit. And from what I understand, these vape pens are very valuable for what they're charging here. These are very good prices as far as I understand on these vape pens. Similar products of similar quality are selling for a lot more than that. I want to find out what this holiday defined bundle. This is really what I want, one of these packages. Too rich for my blood right now. But I do plan on getting at least one of these capsule products. I want to find out what this monthly essentials smart ship. I want to find out what this three-step kit is. See if I can find something on YouTube for that. Three-step kit. I'm also kind of curious about this Revive. Let's take a look at that.
Revive OS is a powerful Bebong herbal 3-step operating system for morning, midday, and evening. Revive OS is the cornerstone to your wellness routine to naturally help awaken, balance, and restore both the body and the mind. First, awaken the power within with Revive AM. Revive AM is formulated to enliven, invigorate, and stimulate the body, giving you increased clarity, focus, and energy. To push through the day, take Revive Midday Detox Capsules to combat naturally occurring toxins. Revive Midday Detox Capsules provides the perfect balance for our system to work more efficiently, leading to a greater feeling of health, youthfulness, and balance throughout the day. Then it's time to recharge and unwind with Revive PM. Rest is your body's natural way to restore itself. This secret formula has a transformative power for a peaceful night's rest. Experience the genesis of nutrition with Revive. AM is formulated.
That's interesting. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get, if you click on this join the movement, it'll set up a membership kit. It's a membership fee. Allows you to buy product at wholesale. So now when you go back, you'll see a different price point on all those products. So you click down here, continue shopping. And my idea here, again, I've never used hemp, marijuana, or any other drug. I actually am reluctant to even use Tylenol when I get a headache. I want these premium full spectrum capsules. I guess the idea with these is the fillers that you would normally have, they add, they take those fillers out and they basically use stuff that ancient Asians might use, I guess. Does that make any sense? Try to get some music in here. Hopefully that's not too distracting. If that music's too loud, let me know in the description and I will make an adjustment. Alright, so the wholesale value here is $93.50. We're going to go add that to the cart. It comes out to about $150, which I would expect for any entry-level MLM as a reasonable. Basically, if you're not using the product, I mean, what exactly are you doing? Go and select 5-day, 7-day shipping because I'm not in a huge hurry. You'll see how all this stuff goes. I'll let you guys know. Give you an update on that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this live stream. I'll probably go back and look over it, see how it looks, and see if there's any adjustments I need to make, including with the sound. And I should be right back. Hopefully. I'll see you at the next stream.